I vividly remember loading the firearm with the one and only bullet that I kept for myself, sitting there contemplating to take my own life. And as I cocked the firearm, so many thoughts running through my mind. Was it going to hurt? What would happen? Where would I go to? Where would I end up? And as these thoughts and so many other thoughts came rushing through my mind, I contemplated and held that gun in my hand. Everything quiet around me. No one around me, no friends, no family. Living on the street. Sitting there with one option: to take my life. And as I held that gun and I placed that cold barrel against my head, contemplating that if I did pull that trigger, what would happen to my family?
Standing emotionless every night, thinking to myself, where is he? Where is he finding himself? Not knowing what to do. This was never the life he promised me the day we got married. The father of the house was never here. Looking at Jaden growing up, asking where's his daddy, when is daddy coming back, I didn't have answers. The answers was never there. Looking at Jordan becoming this beautiful teenager, asking questions, us being alone, just the three of us. There's someone missing. That person wasn't there. He's supposed to be there.
Ma, where's Nella?
I was confused. I didn't know what to answer.
I don't understand. Why are you asking me those questions? If it's not you, then it's Jaden. If it's not Jaden, then it's the people at work. If it's not the people at work, then it's the family. What must I do? What must I say? I don't know. I don't know where is he. It's been 3 years now. 3 years. I can't anymore. It's too much. I can't.
Every morning I had to wake up. People not knowing the hurt and the pain. People not knowing that what I'm going through at night, what I'm going through in the morning. Leaving my children at home, preparing for the day, putting on the mask of pretending that everything is okay. Going to work early morning, 5 o'clock. Sitting and thinking, where is he? Is he okay? Is he alive? I used to leave home when it was dark, and I used to come home when it was dark. This is how I lived my life. I used to combine our meal, which was a normal loaf of bread, because I didn't have time to make something to eat. Early in the morning, leaving when it was dark, coming home when it was dark. That was my life without a husband, and that was my life as the affected wife.
So from Varkeyard, where I was staying in the last years of my addiction, this was my double up
This is the way that I used to use to go to Spa or to fetch Jaden from school. So this is the way I used to use. There's a 24-hour Pakistani shop here as well, so it doesn't matter what time of the night I needed to operate, whether I needed a cigarette or whatever, a lighter. This is the path.
Until we go back with the addict to the path that once had him enslaved to addiction, we cannot help him create a new one towards his future.
Addiction doesn't play games. Addiction is no laughing matter. For many nights and many days, I found myself walking the streets of Ennerdale, and it's only when a person looks back and you reflect on what could have happened, you realize how much favor is over someone's life. Recovery is good. Recovery is nice. And it's good to have people see you and see you for what you do. So 8 years ago, this was my daily routine. Up and down the avenues. This is known as the avenues. Up and down the avenues late at night, trying to get a next fix, trying to find something to get a fix. Leaving my children and wife on end for days on end. I was consumed by the streets. The abnormal life.
And in this place of abnormality, I would find myself in internet cafes daily trying to get money for my next fix. With a mere 30 rand, I would desire and crave money.
I don't believe any addict wants to remain an addict. I think it's just people that's looking for a way out. I'm glad I found it. I'm glad I found people that were willing to work with me and not give up on me. That's one thing I always remind myself, is never to become so comfortable with my recovery that I lose it. This is where we moved, myself and Pastor Odette, when we were evicted from our first place. We moved here in the same street. It's Pre-Night, it's called Pre-Night Street. I think we lived here for close to 6 to 8 months, and then I booked into another year. Came out, things didn't work out well for us because I was still using. I think every time you go to a rehab and you come out, I think you start, if you don't have the proper motives for going in, I think you relapse harder. And I found myself relapsing harder, and we got evicted out of the first place. We got evicted out of the second place, and
I never wanted to leave my family. I never wanted to turn my back on them. I tried to stop, but I could not. Standing and looking at this broken down home is a reflection of my home and what it was like a few years ago.
But it's time to rebuild, man. It's time to rebuild.
And 8 years later, I am privileged to be reunited with my family. Many thoughts come to mind about what would have happened if I had pulled that trigger on that faithful day. Today I get to celebrate being ordained with my wife as pastors under the leadership of Apostle Mervyn Paleman and Senior Pastor Eileen Paleman at World Changers Church International. I'm so grateful to see my daughter turn 21. I'm also blessed to see my son Jaden start grade 8 this year. I also had the privilege and honor of baptizing both my children. It is only in submission that one finds true, authentic recovery.